everybody to our second episode of the Officers Club. I'm Dame Dot.
I'm Mistress Roz.
I'm Lord Asil.
And we are here to talk to what officer this evening? What's your office?
My office is the Office of Disaster Relief Coordinator, or the DRC.
And what exactly are those responsibilities?
Basically, when there is a upcoming storm or a storm has happened, what started off was just a storm that would happen and would cause disaster to the populace of Glen Aubin. My job is to coordinate with the ground as far as the different shires that may have something going on as far as where the disaster was located at, and get those shires to get with their populace, find out who's hurt, who's needing what, and we try to get supplies through the kingdom. And our cousins usually send stuff too from the different kingdoms to get those supplies to those people as fast as possible.
And there's a preparedness factor to it, where you also help the kingdom stay alert to emerging possibilities for weather events that might happen, correct?
Right. When I joined, and Sir Dex was the one who asked me to take over his office once he gave me a little bit of help to show how to run everything. Was in 2019. So since 2019, I was doing that, just letting people know about little storms and all that. What affected me real bad was during Hurricane Laura, which was in 2020. Hurricane Laura happened, and it hurt us bad. And then I was in the middle of all that hurt. We were down for a month here. During that time, my father passed away. All kind of things happened, and the love that was shared by this kingdom to me to help me during that time made me want to prepare myself and prepare this kingdom and try to stay on top of every little thing that could possibly hurt someone. And by one, I mean, if what I say and what I post saves one person from that heartache, then it was all worth it.
And you have a unique insight into that whole protective nature in what you do right now, like in the mundane world. Tell us a little bit, if people don't know, what do you do what are you doing currently right now as we're having this talk?
So currently, while we're having this talk, I am stationed at my fire station on a 34-hour shift. We work in 34-hour rotations, and after I leave this job, I'll go to my other fire department job where I work during the days, 3 days a week. So I am totally immersed in the community saving, I guess you would say, as far as helping people and just doing that. I started at my main job, this one, since I was 13 years old. My father got me into it, and then once I became of age, I stopped following my daddy around and started living for my own and living for this community. And that's where I go from there.
Wow. Okay. Right. I think we need to have some hearts up on that part. So we're going to jump in. So we have some questions, hopefully that will help members of our populace and perhaps beyond for what you do. So the first question I want to ask you is, what are the top 5 things we all should have in an emergency weather situation?
The top 5 things you definitely should have is enough food and water for everyone in your family. For every single person, you should have 72 hours worth of that. Food, water, medication, and don't forget the little ones, the pets, and be it a rat, gerbil, whatever, and just they need food, water, and all that also for 72 hours. So you've got to remember that. That would be that's more than 5 things, but you also need cash on hand. You're going to need not credit cards, because more than likely power's out, nothing's going to work. cash on hand. Cash is king. Um, you will also usually need all your information, medical information, things written down on a tablet or and I mean a tablet by like a book tablet that can't get destroyed if it gets wet. If you put some tablets that have sleeves on them that stop water from getting on, or put all your very important items inside of a bag that is watertight. They sell them on eBay. Great resource. If you need more things in a list, prioritize. And if you're that kind of person that needs a prioritized list of things to get, you can go to getready.gov, and there's literally a list from the 10 to number one thing that you should have. Cash is what they're saying is the number one thing. 10 is like water, and I'm like, that's kind of reverse, but in my head it's reverse, but whatever.
Thought you kind of need water to live.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, but I'm like, okay, whatever.
We could always go to the barter system if need be, but
Right. Right. But the biggest thing is for 72 hours, you have to think of yourself as not being, first off, around anybody else that can help you or anything at all. You're going to be isolated and alone. That's what you need to think about for 72 hours, because more than likely that's how long it'll take before rescuers can get to you, before anybody will start coming in. It's been getting better, but you can guarantee, be ready for 72 hours, no matter what it is, be it hurricane, be it a severe weather storm, be ready for 72 hours. That's fuel in your cars, fuel in your gas tanks at home, your generators, oil for your generators. A lot of people crank up their generators every year and they're like, well, it's got plenty of oil in it. No, I'm telling you, if oil gets dirty in newer generators, it will stop them because it has a sensor in there. So what you would need to do is clean that out and start all over again with new oil. Yeah, it sounds weird, but it's the truth. I can't recall during the last hurricane, which was Laura, how many times the fire department was called out for the elderly because their generators wouldn't start. 9 times out of 10, we were doing oil changes, had a truck full of oil and just changing oil out for people because the generators were saying that they were old, it was old oil. So we were running generators and cleaning stuff out for people.
So sort of related to that first question. So most of these preparedness items that you just mentioned, would you say that they're the same, whether we're talking about, you mentioned a hurricane, and then just recently in Glenavon, we had a bunch of tornadoes and straight line winds come through. So it's pretty much the same. Is there anything?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It is pretty much the same. 72 hours is where you need to be at for anything ready. And your go bags, on ready.gov, they have, to go bags, and they'll tell you what you need in those bags.
Wait. For those who may not know, what is a go bag?
A go bag is basically a bag that has everything you would possibly need personally for you, then personally for your son or for your daughter or for your wife or for your puppy or for your adult dog. 72-hour bag. And it could be any size, a small little, travel bag or a book pack with Molly attachments, or without, whatever you got at home that you want to pack up and make that a 72-hour bag, make that a 72-hour bag.
So that's if you've got to get out quick. Like
right. If you got to get out quick, if you got to get out quick, you want all your medication information, possibly tablets to make clean water. There's all kind of stuff that you can add to this go bag. Search on getready.gov, and they'll also show you how to do that. Preppers. If you have any preppers that go to them. I guarantee you they're gonna put you in the right direction.
All right, now hang on. I'm sorry, Dot. I don't mean to keep asking the questions, but that one I'm going to ask next is, So do you think Skadians are typically more prepared than non-Skadians?
Oh my gosh. Some more than others, sweetheart. Some more than others. But I guarantee you, Skadians Scadians, I have seen some Scadians do some rigging that I have never believed in my life, and it works. It works like a charm.
Well,
So
and I think, a lot of people are used to primitive camping. And
right,
that's a lot of this stuff where you have to make sure you have potable, is it potable water? Is that
right.
how you say it? Potable
Potable water. You're
water.
correct. Flushing
Um,
waters, all that. That's
we
good
have
for filling up your bathtubs, by the
propane.
way.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
When you want potable water in your house, think of it this way: you fill up your bathtub with water to the brim or whatever, and you want to stay in your house, be it whatever reason you may want to be. I'm always for if they tell you to get out, get out. You know what I'm saying? But say something happens and you lose power for a while, your water will run for a little bit. Most water companies have backup generators.
Right.
So you can fill your tub up with water before the storm and use that water to put into your toilets to flush your toilets for you, so that you'll have that kind of system flushing out. Because everything, like where I live at, I live in the country, so everything goes into a cement tank in the ground. Now in the city, totally different, because when you do that, it goes into a plant or something like that, and it could get backed up through lines. So for everybody in every different little community you live in, there's something different about that. You have
So,
to
so knowing what your community system is probably a smart thing to do.
correct. Knowing what you can and can't do would be the best prep I could tell you to look for in your community.
Yeah, like, so in this last thing, I lost power for 72 hours roughly. Hey, there's a magic number. I
Yeah.
didn't lose water, but a lot of people did. So it just different between Shreveport and Bossier, same community-ish, different systems. We lucked out and never had to deal with the water.
Right.
Thank goodness, because I had bottled water, you
Right.
know. But and luckily I did check my oil in my generator, so I was good. So,
Right.
You ask next one.
well, I'm not sure what that one is.
It's all
Who
over the
would you
place.
want in a zombie apocalypse?
Oh.
Um,
Okay,
oh,
all right.
well, okay.
Let's save that one for the end.
Yeah, we'll save that
Okay,
one for
yeah,
the end.
all right.
No, so my question is, and it's not really about preparedness on our side, what's your process? How do you get your information? You always seem to be right on it, no matter where we are in the kingdom. So is there an app that you follow, or what is your procedure there? How do you stay on top of all the
So
changing stuff?
I am very picky about who I choose to watch as far as weather wise. Facebook has a lot of different weather people. And what I do is I check their accuracy. And how I check their accuracy, it's just been over time. And I can't tell you exactly what to do, because you may find somebody different than what I am. I'll tell you, go to myradar.com. It's the best in the world. And then you're like, well, I don't like myradar.com. Find out what works for you. But by all means, find something. The alerts that I get are from myradar.com and climbradar.com. That's the ones I use. Now, weather.gov is on Facebook, and you could type in that and type in Louisiana or Mississippi or Arkansas, or within our kingdom, or whoever is listening to this, and it'll give you areas or towns, or that they're watching on Facebook. You can follow that. All my alerts that I get are from my apps. The apps that I use, those two apps, I have everything turned on. I'm talking a firestorm to lightning. It'll detect me right off the bat. It'll say like lightning detected 10 miles away, lightning detected 4 miles away. As it's coming closer, it detects it. A hurricane spotted in the ocean, and then it'll start telling me, go find out where it is, and it'll send me the link. I go to the link and it sends me right to it. And those links are telling me, when it sends me the links over my phone, it tells me right where I need to go and what to look for. So, I mean, can't get better accuracy than an app telling you where exactly it's at.
So maybe for our viewers out there, share with us in the comments below what your favorite weather app is, what you check. We'd love to hear from you out there.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly, I check you.
Look,
I mean,
for those of us on the kingdom, I don't know, my light's flickering. Sorry, it's the ghost in my house. The there's a lot of people in the Glenavon group who actually really get their news from the Glenavon group. And really follow when you post stuff like that, just for information purpose, that, hey, keep an eye on this. And I know that a lot of people in our kingdom appreciate that.
well,
That
I
makes me
know,
feel good.
I
So
know, I
just
really
hearing
do.
that. So
Well, and I would also, one thing I made a note of, oops, sorry, that was my dog too. She supports you too. It seems like a lot of people have trouble asking for help. I know I have trouble asking
oh
for
my
help for
goodness.
different things.
Yeah.
So, what would you say to them, and can they contact you privately, if they don't want to let it be, put it out there on the group when you say stuff like that? Could you just make a comment about that, or how they can reach out to you?
So I'll tell you the truth. There is no such thing as no one not needing help. If you need help, reach out to me. There is whenever something comes rolling in and it's bad, I usually put my cell phone number out there, and I put my messenger and say, contact me by my message. Contact me through my cell phone, through messenger messages, whatever you need. I'm here to support my kingdom. I have contacts by ways of doing the job that I do. I have contacts of way of saying, hey man, this is Roger Ramos from Boyce, Louisiana. I'm calling to firefighters from, that are in Florida around this area. Do you know anybody in this area? And if somebody pops up, I can tell them, there's people here that I know that are needing help. Can you help them?
Well, I know that I have sent you links because you're in Louisiana and I'm in Mississippi. I know I've sent you links when I've gotten them for resources that have come in through.
Oh yeah, and that's
what I see. Yeah,
that's the best thing y'all can do. Is this job is not a one-man job, and I know a lot of people are like, well, you're right on top of it, and you always seem to have the links. That's other people sending me links, and that's me doing my own research of finding. Because what I do is I go to their main, like the state. I'll go to the state, then I'll go to the township's website, and I'll find all the information I need to know. Where pickup water is at. I think recently Mississippi had some weird thing happen, like some lines busted in a little town. And I sent links where if you're in this location, here's where you can go to get water. I had no idea about the water leak. Someone sent me the link to it, and I do believe it was you, and sent me the link to it. And I was like, well, I'll do my end. Well, that's what I did. I called a couple of people. I called the town of where this main leak was, and they said, well, you can go here, here, here. Here's a website. So I go to the website, post a website. Here's where you go. As of right now, they're giving out free water. Go there if you can, and get what you need. And if anybody needs anything more, contact me.
Yeah. So basically, you're maintaining like a series of networks that people can access across the kingdom. So
right.
That's fabulous.
Right. It's a lot better. I found out now when I first started, I just started throwing websites left and right out. Like I'd put them all over the kingdom website, and it got so junked up with people coming back like, oh, this is a dead site. This is not happening. This isn't working. That's not working. I can't figure out how to work this website. I'm putting things out there that are trying to be fast, easy, and efficient. And if it's not fast, easy, and efficient, contact me and I'll try to make it fast, easy, and efficient. I am always open. I am an open door for reinforcement. So if you want to find something different and you think this may work better, by all means, send it to me. I'm going to look it out. I'm going to test it to see if it's up to par. If it's not up to my standards of that fast of information, I'm just going to cut it out. I'm going to thank you for sending it to me, but it's not going to be something I'm going to put out there for those people who are in at that time need it that fast.
Right. And that's a lot of times how it is. We do need things fast. We are hit with a lot of storms that come out like the one that hit Bossier.
I mean, can we be real for a second here? Is there any weather event that Glenavon does not have?
No.
No.
I mean, I think we've even had an earthquake, right?
Oh yeah, we've
trimmer.
gotten tremors, but
Yeah, we've gotten tremors. Yeah.
I don't know if earthquake is a weather, but I'm how many miles away from the coast, and 2 years ago we were hit with a hurricane.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
literally,
rough.
and I'm at the north of Louisiana, and we were hit with, straight line winds. We've been hit with tornadoes. We've been hit with just all sorts of stuff. And
Just remember, everything that comes into the coast that hits Louisiana, we are the third largest attraction for hurricanes. That's like saying we're in the top, we're in the top three. 18.98% of hurricanes hit Louisiana. Then more than likely out of since the beginning that I can remember, or the last data that I looked at, the majority of them are severe.
right.
14 of them hit within the last couple of years since of this year. 14 of them hit that were severe.
Right.
So I mean,
Not jinx this season. So with that, so
Well,
yeah.
we all called, the stormborn for a reason. Started
Right,
with Katrina.
exactly.
I mean, we've kept to our name. We get it honest.
I always love it. Just share a little something with y'all, how I feel, and gets me really emotional. Whenever it rains during a coronation or a tournament, or there's thunder clapping in the skies while a tournament is going on, and we stop that tournament, that is a sign to me in the Kingdom of Glenavon that we're doing the right thing, and that makes me feel, I don't know, it's something weird. It's just the way I feel that the Stormborn is agreeing with us as that's why we're named that.
Well, it may be, whew, but that's what makes what you do really important, that we have this network, that we can rely on, that maybe we're not alone in the storm.
Right.
We can tap into it.
So don't be afraid we'll come back to that question I asked, that don't be afraid to reach out
right.
and say something. So
Right. Don't be afraid at all. I'm pretty much glued to my phone, tablets, and all that. And trust me, y'all.
I don't understand that at all, Asil.
You two cracking me up.
It's on Twitter and Snap and all that, by the way. The different websites that I have that I watch.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. I mean, literally, it'll pop if you link it, it's gonna pop up. You just have to, the algorithms are the biggest thing.
Right. Not
You gotta
getting
like it.
right. You got to like it, and it's got to pop up, as opposed to being covered by trash.
Right.
So I think we're coming to the end of our questions here, Asil. So Dot,
Okay.
I think we're back to your question. So we'll end on a little bit of levity here and ask you, go ahead.
Do it. You do it.
Oh, me do it?
Yes.
So if you had to make a 5-person apocalypse team from people in Glenavon, who you gonna choose?
Well, I would have to start off with my knight, Sir Angus. He is the jerry rigger of all things. He finds stuff and makes stuff that just, it wows me. It really does. I'm just like, how'd you do that? He goes, and he can cook. Oh man, can that man cook? He can cook really well. So I'm a fat boy. I have to eat, although I try not to be fat. Roz gives me heck about it. She tells me, I need to try to stay in shape. So
I said mobility.
that's shape. But that would be Sir Angus, definitely Sir Fergus, because he is so knowledgeable. He is like all
Mr.
kind of knowledgeable.
Encyclopedia.
I mean, I can't even begin it. to speak of that.
So
Yeah.
what
he
we
would
need
say
to do
the-
here is
the ancient Sumerians would have been prepared.
Sir Gellis, definitely.
he was on my list.
Once again, he is a very good cook, and he knows how to put people in the right places to get things done.
Yeah.
All right, that's
now-
3.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
3.
it's hard. So hard.
I know. Now I tell you what, I'll go ahead and brag on her because she's about the biggest boss woman I've ever met in my life, and she can really whip some people into shape, and that's Her Majesty herself. Cheryl is by far one of my best
Queen
friends.
Dinara, is it?
Dinara,
Okay.
I'm sorry, Dinara, and she is by far definitely a worker. She will work to the bone, and then some more.
And she has unique knowledge on pathogens and weird stuff like bird flu. So she's got
Yeah.
that agricultural
Yeah,
background. I think she's in the kitchen cooking up a cure. Oh, her highness as well, chemistry.
exactly.
That chemistry background. She might be a good one.
Yeah.
That's 4 names. You
You
got,
got
one more.
Oh my goodness, it's so hard to choose.
Well, we could end it, Asil, and say that if you have some unique skills to join Lord Asil's Apocalypse team,
Put it in the comments.
Put it in the
below.
I just
comments.
want to put this out there. I may choose a team, but I will not be running that thing. I can guarantee you that.
Oh no,
After-
Her
You
Majesty
know it.
will be running it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, you know that. You know that
Well-
after a day, it'd be like, "You're fired, boy. Go."
See,
Give me
and
some
one of
water.
my
Yes, sir.
criteria when I'm thinking about this, mine is who can I be faster than? You only have to be faster than one person. I'm sorry. But right now I'm the slow one on this team. And so I've got to find somebody that would be a little bit slower than me for the sacrificial. I mean, it's about surviving, right? I'm just saying.
I never thought of it like that way. We'd have to find somebody really young then. So.
I'm pretty logical.
My throat died. Just saying, everybody, watch your backs.
I will help you until I can't. And then I'm out
Then
that
she will
door.
Trip you and run away.
Have I ever told you about how competitive my mother was when I was a child? There was no we all win. No, she won and you had soap.
Rubbed off a little bit.
It would be a split tie between the last one would have to be the juice, either the juice or it would have to be he's very knowledgeable also, and he can rig like nobody else. And
Just for the audience out there, the juice is Master Robert the Just.
yeah, Master Robert the Just. Yeah.
I think I might
He
be able
does
to-
do a lot as far as like, how do you know how to do all this stuff? Which I'm pretty sure it's like Sir Fergus and he'll go Google.
I was going to say, but Robert relies on Google a lot. And if the network's down, where's he going to get his Google from? So, but I think I could beat him in a race. I'm not sure. So he might slide in there for me on that.
Are you applying for the team, ma'am?
No, I would have to, but I'm just saying on my team, there would have to be some slow ones, although I had a lot of yours, same ones.
We'll
So,
have a race at Summer Melees.
oh God, no. I'll break an ankle. Don't get me out there. Only if it's for a
All right.
fundraiser and a
All
very
right.
short race.
Don't tease about a fundraiser now,
I'm all about getting money.
because Glen Albin's supposed to be doing the Gnome World Party at Gulf Wars, so we need to be thinking about that.
That's right.
Yep.
So just all right. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up because we're having way too much fun with this team thing.
Right.
So we really appreciate you being with us here tonight, Lord Asil, and sharing with us what you do for the kingdom. So we really do appreciate it.
Yes, for
I
sure.
thank
Most
y'all for
definitely.
I thank y'all for asking me to join in. Just the biggest thing is you can that you could do if you really enjoy what I do and you really like it. Hit that share button. Share it to people. I don't care. Like I said, I don't care if it's my only stuff. Hit the share button. Share it to whoever. Call them on the phone. Tell them, hey, look at this. I mean, however you communicate, communicate. Let people
Right.
know because, like I said, if you save that one life from getting hurt or injured, it was worth it. No worth it. No matter what you had to go through, it's worth it. Just saying that.
All right. Well, thank you again. And thank
And-
you everybody out there for joining us. We'll see you next time in the Officers Club.